Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give our praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone for teaching us the truth, 100% securely. And I'd like to give a salutation to the Akim and Akwa who are listening and studying to show ourselves approved. Alright, so this is just another quick lesson based on the state and mindset of these wicked women. Alright, and you're about to see really, these are not even women, okay? As the scripture said, these are pretty much brute beasts, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and play this lesson, all right? And Lord willing, it to be edifying, all right? All right, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and read this comment, and let's go ahead and read this comment real quick. Because it says, Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles, 71, said she decided to divorce her husband after waking up one day realizing she deserved so much more. This is how 97% of them feel, and they'll straight up leave you, okay? So, we got this, starting with the older woman, all right? And as the scripture says, likewise, these aged woman, which we'll go get that, to be obedient, chaste keepers at home, teaching the young women, right, to love their husband and their children, okay? And so this is where it all started right here, the older women who are out of order, okay? And now, since the older women is out of order, that makes it a lot more sense when you're going to see the younger women who act straight up like brute beasts. And there's no wonder why the scripture says, it's better to live on the corner of a rooftop, loosely paraphrasing, than to keep house with a wicked woman. All right? I mean, this is the horror story. Like, the way you're going to see these demon-ass women in this clip, I would rather be in the house with Freddy Krueger. I'd rather be in the house getting chased by Jason just than to deal with these wicked ass women right here, man. Like check this out, man.
She on whatever. My girl been in jail for so long that pussy been marinating. Like her popping it and dropping it all day, every day. No way. Hold this. I'm finna show you something, bitch. Hold this. Hold on. I'm finna show. It's your phone. I'm finna show. Bitch, watch this. Bitch, you wanna hear it? Bitch, you wanna hear it? Watch this. Get the fuck on. Hold on. Be quiet. No. Get the fuck on. Bitch, you wanna hear it? Get the fuck on. There you go. Look, be quiet. No. Be quiet. Be quiet. Get the fuck out of my car. Bitch, stop playing. Bitch, stop playing. Bitch, stop playing. Bitch, what am I saying? No, get my phone. Stop playing. Bitch, stop playing. It get wet in the field, bitch. It get wet in the field. Bitch. It get wet, bitch. Hold on, I'm finna show you, bitch. Watch this. My fingers is new. My sister, they got me fucked up. Watch this. Listen, shut the fuck up. Bitch. Fuck they talking about?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but those bleach stains in your underwear is just a sign that you have a healthy environment for your vagina.
I put bleach in my panties. Did you bleach your panties? You have bleach in your panties, girl? It amazes me that in my late 30s, I'm having conversation with other women in their late 30s discussing this bleach color in our underwear. Oh, what is this bleach stuff? It's normal. It's okay. These are things that are going to happen, right? But the world tells us that we should be embarrassed and we shouldn't talk about it. And it is just, oh my God, I can't believe there's something wrong. Nope, there's nothing wrong.
Vaginas are incredibly acidic, and so is our discharge. So the reaction between the dye in our underwear and our discharge is what actually creates this bleaching effect, but it's completely normal, and discharge is an indication of a healthy vagina.
Quite simply put, your vaginal discharge has a naturally acidic pH which can disrupt the dyes in your underwear. Lactobacillus is a type of bacteria that thrives in your vagina's microbiome and produces lactic acid, which gives the vagina its characteristic pH between 3.8 to 4.5, which is completely normal. It's nothing to be ashamed about, completely normal and not gross. It's like free tie-dye from your vagina.
bitch.
Right, and see that, and it's funny because the brother that put this clip, you know.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
All right, and so you seen how diabolical these women are, man. And this is the ways of America. This is why this place have to be destroyed. Thus said Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Okay? So everything that you saw was straight brute beasts. These are nasty hyenas. Okay? And the brother in the clip, he said, I'm gonna let you title this video. Right? And we can modern day 304, like the brother said, modern day 304. We don't even know what you want to what we want to call it. I'm not even sure what I want to call it, but this is just like a disgrace of the Hebrew Israelite women, man. These Eves over here, they are a disgrace to our society. Okay? And then one of the brothers put in a comment right here, this is Sirach 22:3, and it says it is a disgrace to a father to have an undisciplined child, especially if it is a daughter. You see that? Like, as a man of the Lord, I wouldn't want my daughter to act like this on social media. It would be a disgrace. It'll be an embarrassment. Okay? And that's why they said, matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Sirach. All right, could I actually were going to the commentary. I'm gonna hold on to that and pull up another book real quick. Okay, because I was actually wanted to go into the commentary on Titus, the one in the Bible Hub. But let's get Sirach, the 25th chapter, or the 26th. It's one of these chapters. Was it Sirach 25? So yeah, so this is pretty much the chapter right here. All right. So this is Sirach 25:13. It said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right. And so that's pretty much the point of this lesson right here, because it said any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. This is the reason why I said in the beginning of this lesson, I'd rather be in a house with Freddy Krueger than to keep house with a wicked ass women right here, man. These women are worse than a horror movie. Okay? So I'm gonna come back to this Sirach, the 25th chapter, because there's another one. And let's see. Because there's one particular scripture that says, all right, so this is Sirach, Ecclesiastic, aka Sirach 26 and verse 9. Because it said, the whoredom of a woman may be known, and her haughty look and eyelid. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. In verse 11 it says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. And that's why the scriptures give us warning of these women, because it said, marvel not if she trespass against you, meaning don't be surprised. Okay? Alright, and you see all of these wicked women because of Esau Edom, so-called white man, allow this. Okay, you really can blame the Christian church as well too, because they always teach that the laws are done away with and you can pretty much do as you please. It leads to, this behavior. Alright? And this is why we need Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to come forth and bring the law into place. Because of these wicked ass women, man. Okay? So let's go jump down a little bit. And there's a precept where it said, I would rather dwell with the lion and the dragon than to keep a house with a wicked woman. All right, let's see. It's somewhere in Sirach, the 25th chapter. Okay, bear with me for a minute. Okay, so all right, Salakia. So this is Sirach 25 and 16. Okay, that's where I was looking at. Okay. Yeah, right here, Sirach chapter 25 and 16, it said, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Okay? You don't want to deal with them hyenas that you saw in those videos, man. This is why Elder Pastor Har the elders of Great Millstone, they say stay away from the black woman. Because you saw how they act. This is what America produced. Okay? And this is why we got to get out of this place, this wicked kingdom. All right. There's no point of even dealing with it. You can't even get aroused with that type of behavior, man. That's just like disgusting, man. There's no point. You know, and then you got all these other women on a panel where it's embarrassing. Like, come on, man. That's just, man, fucking nasty as hell. You know, and I like how you put that at the end, you know, with Bernie Mac. You a nasty bitch, okay? As a matter of fact, there's what is that? A wicked woman, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. There's a lot of these precepts in her. What was that in Sirach, the 25th chapter? Right. So this is Ecclesiastica, aka Sirach 26 and 25, and it says a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Okay. In this clip you saw, these women have no fear of about me outside. This is why they act like that, man. This is why they act the way they act.
Hold on, I'm finna show. It's on fire. I'm finna show.
With a big ass blunt. You know, all of that, man. Shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. And a lot of these women were very shameless. So yeah, man, hey, definitely leave the black woman alone, man. Leave these wicked ass women of America, the Western modern women of America. They are worthless. There's no point, okay? Especially the one that act like this, you know. And the scriptures give you an example of what type of woman you should be looking for. Okay, this is why I read in the book of Titus. So this is Titus 1 and 10. It said, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. Okay? Those who know better, those who know the words of Yahweh Shai, but they don't teach correctly. They don't teach the 100% truth, which is breed this type of behavior. Okay? Those type of women, those are the type of women that it breeds, all right? And this is what the scriptures is saying right here. And it says, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things what they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. Okay? Right here, what does the Christian church teach? Okay? The laws are done away with. Alright? You don't have to keep the law. As long as you believe, you'll be saved. All of those things that the Christian church has taught in the world, this is the behavior that you see in that video, that's what it manifests right here. Okay? And it says, verse 12, and it said, and one of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Christians are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellied. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in faith. And it says, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of man that turn from the truth. And it said, unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. You see that? Even their minds and conscience is defiled. All right, that's what you saw in that video. Their mind and their conscience is defiled. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to destroy every last individual that act like those individuals, those wicked women you saw in that video. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to destroy them. Okay, whether he going to use Esau, okay, because you read Sirach the 39th chapter and Sirach 30. Well, yeah, it's Sirach 39 and about the 28th verse when it said there be spirit that are created for vengeance. So Yahweh Yahushua is going to use those spirits and his weapon of mass destruction. He's going to destroy these wicked ass individuals, man. Okay. In verse 16, it said they profess that they know Yahweh Yahushua and work. They deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. Okay. Verse Titus chapter 2 and verse 1, it said, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. Or verse 2, that the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, and charity, and impatient. Verse 3, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness. All right, and this is what we're going into the aged woman, which is the older women. They supposed to be setting the example. All right, that's why in Titus 2 and 3 again from the top, it says the aged one likewise that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, nor giving much wine, teachers of good things. Okay, they supposed to be setting the example. So in the video, in the beginning of that clip, you saw a 71-year-old woman divorcing her husband because she felt like, what did she say? Let's get that. Cause we're gonna read it word for word, right? 71-year-old woman said she wanted to divorce her husband. She said she decided to divorce her husband after waking up one day realizing she deserved so much more. Okay? How much more do you deserve? You done got everything that you desire, and you deserve much more. The wicked women of this society, and this is your aged woman, okay, in America. This is where it starts from. All right? And this is the behavior that they supposed to be showing in the eyes of Yahweh Yahushua. But since they're disobedient, Yahweh Yahushua is going to destroy every last one of them. Okay, in verse 4, Titus 2 and 4, and it said that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient.
Dad, you know the big measure thing is too small.
I'm busy right now.
He's talking to
Salakia. And it said to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husband, that the word of Yahweh shall be not blasphemy. All right. And so, real quick, let's go to the Bible Hub and go and get to commentary on Titus 2 and 5. All right. All right. The New International Version, it says to be self-controlled. Titus 2 and 5 in the New International Version, it says to be self-controlled and pure, to be busy at home, to be kind, to be subject to their husband, so that no one will malign the word of Yahweh Yahushua. Okay? New Living Translation, it says to live wisely, to be pure, to work in their home. All right? So this is what you don't have in America, aka Babylon the Great. These women want to step outside of the home, which is an environment that the wicked have created. All right? The wicked Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, you can go back to where they established, women's liberation and feminist society. That all stemmed from Esau Edom, the so-called white man. This is the world that they created. This is why we constantly say America must be destroyed. All right. And it says to live wisely and be pure, to work in their home, to do good, and to be submissive to their husband. Then they will not bring shame on the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. So you pretty much get the point, but let's go into the commentary, quick commentary. And it says this phrase emphasizes the importance, all right, because it said to be self-controlled, all right. And it said this phrase emphasizes the importance of personal discipline and restraint All right, this is the type of women that you want to look for in the eyes of Yahweh outside, because it says personal discipline. All right, meaning that they have enough self-examination to discipline themselves not to act out of character in public or whatever the case might have been. The videos you saw of those wicked women, the way they act like boot beef, they don't fit this description right here. Okay, I'm gonna say personal discipline and restraint in the Greco-Roman world. Self-control was highly valued virtue, often associated with wisdom and maturity. Biblically, self-control is a fruit of the spirit. Okay, and it quoted Galatians 5 and 22 and 23. Well, we'll go ahead and get that. Say Galatians 5:22 and verse 3, and it says, but the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay, and it says, and they that are the anointed have crucified the flesh with the affection and lust. Okay, meaning that they're not given into their worldly desire. They show how to be humble. Okay, so that's what that means when they're talking about the fruit of the spirit. Okay, they becoming holiness, not being of the world, as it says in Romans the 12th chapter. Okay, so going back into the commentary, and it says it is essential for living a life that honors Yahweh Shai. It involves mastery over one's desire and impulse, aligning with the call to live soberly and righteously in the present age. Okay, and it quoted Titus 2 and 12. All right, Titus 2 and 12 in the King James Bible, and it says, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Okay, and that's exactly what you saw in that clip. They did not do that. Okay, there was no righteousness at all. All right, and it says pure. Purity here refers to the moral and sexual integrity. In the early church, maintaining purity was crucial for believers to stand apart from the surrounding pagan culture. Okay, and that's, again, this is the same thing going on in Christianity. Okay, and it says, which often engage in licentious practice. Purity is linked to holiness and is a reflection of Yahweh Shai's nature. All right, 1 Peter 1:15-16. And it also connects to the idea of being a pure bride for the anointed, as the church is often depicted, 2 Corinthians 11 and 2. All right, this phrase highlights the role of a woman in managing and overseeing the affairs of the home. In the first century context, the household was the primary sphere of influence for a woman. Proverbs 31:10-31. All right, and it says, provides a detailed description of a virtuous woman who excels in managing her household. This role is not merely domestic, but involves stewardship, leadership, and nurturing the family and faith. Okay, and so that's pretty much the woman that you want to look for. Okay, but you more than likely you're not gonna find it in America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay, I mean, more than likely you're gonna matter of fact, Isaiah 4:1 gonna kick in, okay? Because a lot of these women gonna get that rude awakening, but these women that you saw in the video, Yahweh is not gonna give them no chance. I can't see no woman like this. Matter of fact, not even women. Those are brute beasts, hyenas. That's what they were, okay? In that clip, in the opening clip, that's what they were, hyena. All right, them is the women they're gonna get destroyed, okay? So when you go to Ezekiel the 9th chapter, that's exactly what Yahweh Shai said. In Ezekiel the 9th chapter, he's going to send his death angels to slay these wicked ass women, man. And you saw the reason why, man. All right, so getting straight to the point. Okay, because briefly, Yahweh Shah said there was an angel with the inkhorn. Okay, basically the death angel that was writing down an instruction. Okay, and so this is what the Lord said in Ezekiel 9:4, and it said, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. Okay. And in verse 5, and he said, and to the other, he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Okay, so in verse 4, he told him to set a mark on those that sigh and they cry. All right, meaning that they are tired of seeing this wickedness, all right, that is around them. Okay, so Yahweh Yahshua put a mark on them, and that mark is a mark of exemption from the judgment. All right, the Hebrew word to why. Okay, so verse 6, Ezekiel 9:6, it says, slay utterly old and young. Okay, remember in that first clip, the old woman showing the example of her divorcing her husband. Okay, so Yahweh Shah told him to slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children, women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient man, which was before the house. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen, and Lord willing, it comes soon. All right, because these wicked ass, this whole society is polluted. Okay, this is why we prophesying the downfall of this place so we can hurry up and get out of here, man. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much the point right there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, stay away from the wicked ass woman, the hyenas, man. Stay away from her. All right. So Lord willing, is edifying. With that, we give all praise and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostle and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth, 100% securely. Shalom, shalom, Kwam Yachirala, shalom.